Hi, GES first graders and kindergarten students. It's so lovely to see you today. Carmen and Tuckles are here hanging out with me today. They've been honestly asking me about how the kindergartners are doing and how the first graders are doing, and they've really been thinking about you a lot lately. Now, today we're going to be doing a lesson about our feelings and focusing more on the zones of regulation, and we're also going to read a story. So when I read this story to you, I really want you to stop and think about what the person or the story is feeling. Think about what zone they might be in, and then reflect on how you can be in more than one zone at the same time. You don't have to just be in one zone. You can have more than one feeling, and so as a result, you might be in many of the different zones. Also, I want you to think about why is it important to know how we're feeling? Why should we kind of monitor our own feelings and figure out how we're feeling? Okay, so the name of the story that I have for you today is called Today I Feel Silly and Other Moods That Make My Day by Jamie Lee Curtis and illustrated by Laura Cornell. So as I read the story, I'm going to pause on each page and kind of have you think about that feeling, and we'll talk about what zone that feeling is in too. Okay, here we go. Today I feel silly. Mom says it's the heat. I put rouge on the cat and gloves on my feet. I ate noodles for breakfast and pancakes at night. I dressed like a star and I was quite a sight. So she's feeling silly? That's a yellow zone feeling. Today my mood's bad. I feel grumpy and mean. I picked up my room and it still isn't clean. I forgot to feed Franny and water the fern, and the cocoa I'm making is starting to burn. So if she's moody, maybe grumpy, or kind of frustrated could be yellow zone. Or if she's feeling more mad and angry, that's more of a red zone feeling. Today I am angry, you'd better stay clear. My face is all pinched and red ear to ear. My friends had a play date, they left me out. My feelings are hurt, I want to shout. So you can see red zone is is angry, okay? And so you can see all the red tones in the picture too. Sometimes even when we feel mad, we can feel like our face starts to get red too. We can feel that heat on our cheeks. Today I am joyful, my mood is first rate. My friend's sleeping over and she can't wait. My freckles are popping, the sun is so bright. I ran in the relay with all of my might. So she's feeling green zone on this page. Oh, I like how the book turns like this. So here's a long page for you to look at. Today I'm confused. My life's getting hairy. Sam says he's my boyfriend, but he also likes Mary. My mom told my father that he might be a dad. I might get a brother. I'm not sure I'm glad. So there might be a big change in her family coming if there's another baby coming along the way, a brother or a sister. And she says she's confused. Well, confused is a yellow zone feeling. And that's normal. Many of us right now kind of feel confused with the situation we're in. Today I am quiet. My mom understands. She gave me 2 ice creams and then we held hands. We went to the movies and then we had a bite. I cried just a little and then I felt all right. Sometimes when we're quiet or shy, that's a blue zone feeling. Today I'm excited. There's so much to do. I'm going to sell cookies and lemonade too. I'm starting a club to clean up the park, and I've got a big crush on my teacher named Mark. So if she's excited, she's in the yellow zone. Today I am cranky, so nothing seems right. I have diarrhea and I broke my new kite. Mom dyed her hair orange. My dad shaved his beard. My tooth came in crooked. This family is weird. So she's not feeling really quite right. So she might be feeling a little sick. That could be blue zone feeling. Today I am lonely. I feel so small. My auntie's away. I wish that she'd call. My mom's working late and my dad has the flu. And although I've got stuff, I've got nothing to do. Sometimes we feel that way, don't we? We say we have nothing to do, even though we have so many things in our house we could do. Pictures to color, games to play, stuffed animals to play with, toys to play with, but we still feel like, I'm bored, I have nothing to do. So he's feeling blue zone at the moment, lonely. Today I'm discouraged and frustrated. See, I tried rollerblading and I fell on my knee. I really want straight hair, but mine's curly Q. Should I cut it or grow it? Oh, what do I do? So frustrated is a yellow zone feeling. Today I am sad. My mood's heavy and gray. There's a frown on my face and it's been there all day. My best friend and I had a really big fight. She said that I tattled it. I know that she's right. So she's in the blue zone. She's feeling sad. It's normal to have a disagreement with a friend. So what's important is then you work through that disagreement. You could talk it out and make sure you're still using respectful words to each other while you talk it out. Today my mood's great. It's the absolute best. I rode a two-wheeler and I passed my math test. I played soccer at recess and we won the game. I sang in the show and my parents both came. I'd rather feel silly, excited, or glad than cranky or grumpy, discouraged, or sad. But moods are just something that happen each day. Whatever I'm feeling inside is okay. So remember, your feelings are okay no matter what your feelings are. How are you feeling today? And then there's a little picture wheel. Sad. This is angry mouth. You can see she's got like sharp teeth. Silly. Silly is a yellow zone feeling. Happy. Happy is a green zone feeling. And excited. Excited is a yellow zone feeling. Okay. Now that's our facial expression. So that's the mouth. If we look at the eyes can also give us clues to our facial expression and how we're feeling. Sad eyes. Those are silly eyes. Angry eyes. Cranky eyes. And excited eyes. So again, our facial expression, which is the way our eyes look, the way our mouth look, and also our body language, which is like the way we shuffle our feet or cross our arms, or the way we might slump our shoulders down, hang our head down. Those are called body language. Those all give clues to how we're feeling, okay? So remember though, no matter what you're feeling, you're allowed to feel whatever you are. You can't go wrong with your feelings. So that brings me to the zones of regulation page. We talked a little bit about each of the feelings that the character had in the story. There's a little image of the 4 color zones that we referred to throughout the story. I want to ask you a couple things about the zones of regulation. I mentioned before I started this story that we can have more than one feeling. We might be in more than one zone all at the same time. When we have a bunch of emotions, we might even have a feeling from every single zone. We might say, I'm in all the zones right now, and it's okay. Now, how is it important, or why is it important to think about how you're feeling, and how does that help understand yourself? So think for a minute. Why is it important to figure out what you're feeling and to figure out what zone you're in? It helps us because sometimes we might be very, very mad. And if we're so angry that we feel like yelling and hitting, we could hurt somebody else. So we might want to try a calm down strategy or tool, because we might realize, I feel mad. I'm in the red zone. I need to try and calm my body down to get a little closer to the green zone. So some of those things, strategies that you can try to help you get back to the green zone, just to help calm your bodies down a little bit, can be things like telling yourself, calm down. Also, counting slowly. Count slowly to 10 and see if that helps. Another thing you can try to do is take deep breaths. Also, one thing many of the boys and girls like is to try something called the push, pull, dangle. So you take your hands, you put them on the sides of your chair, and you push your body up a little bit, lift the seat up off the chair while you hold your body upright. Then you let go. After you count to 10, then put your hands underneath the sides of your chair. Pull up. As you pull up for 10 seconds, then let go and let your arms dangle for 10 seconds. That's called push, pull, dangle. That helps tense and release the muscles in your body. Okay. Another thing that might help you get back to the green zone is to talk to somebody. Sometimes when we talk to somebody about our feelings or whatever's bothering us, that can help you too. So whatever zone you're in, if it's very strong mad, very strong frustrated or worried, or very strong sad, you can try any of those calm down strategies to help you get a little bit closer to the green zone. Feeling a little bit more of a mixture maybe of green zone and that other zone that you're having. All right, so what I would like to do is I'd like to read a couple situations to you. While I read these situations, I want you to decide what color zone could you be in? What is the feeling you would have if you were in those shoes, if that happened to you? Now remember, we're all unique and different. So if something happens to me, it might make me feel sad, but maybe if it happened to you, you might feel mad about it because we're all unique and special. All right. Here's the first situation I want to read to you. Let's pretend that you are playing tag out on the playground with your friends. Stop and think for a minute. How do you feel? And now figure out what zone that is. All right, here's another one. Let's say that you worked really hard on your assignment in class, and then you go to turn it in and you realize you can't find where you put it. How do you feel? What zone are you in? Now let's pretend you're at home and you're bored and you have nothing to do. What zone would you be in? All right, and in the last situation, let's pretend you're participating in your class discussion, you're actively involved with your group project, working with your peers. How do you feel? What zone are you in? Okay, so we talked about how the zones helps us understand our own feelings better, but how does also knowing more about the zones, knowing more about our feelings, how does that help us understand others better too? You know, when we talked about these situations and we decided what feeling that person might have, it helps us to maybe understand others better too. If I know somebody's feeling sad, I might approach them differently than if I knew they were feeling content and happy. If I knew somebody's mad, I'm going to act a little differently around them than if I knew that they're, happy and in the green zone. Okay. So we talked about some of the strategies that we can try to help us get back to the green zone. We talked about why it's important to identify what our feeling is and what zone we would be in. Think for a moment, what is the best zone for learning when you're concentrating on your work? Yes, it's the green zone. I was hoping you're thinking about that. Green zone is the best zone for learning. Okay. What about getting along with others? When we're playing with others, interacting with others, what zone do you think is the best zone for that? All right. So again, thinking about our feelings and managing our feelings, it's so much easier when we can identify, how do I feel? What zone am I in? Then if you realize you have a very strong emotion that, it's just a little bit out of control, or it's just bubbling up too much inside of you, try one of those calm down strategies that we mentioned. They were things like counting slowly, taking deep breaths, talking to a grown-up, trying the push-pull dangle. Okay, so try one of those calm down strategies to help you manage your feelings, and you might feel a little bit of the green zone in a mixture of whatever the feeling was, whether it's strong feeling sad or strong feeling mad, but you also might feel a touch of the green zone after trying those calm down strategies. All right, well, Douglas and Carmen have really greatly missed you so much. They have been so patient listening to the story today. I hope that you enjoyed my story, and I will bring more to you later. Take care. Bye.